Hello everyone. Thank you for taking out time from your busy schedule. I know you are very busy with a lot of projects going on. So I appreciate you are here. So let's just get started with this project meeting. Let's just try to discuss why are we having this discussion in first place. So let's try to analyze, what is happening over here. So as we know, our team has been growing exponentially. This year we saw 300 people joining our company. The number of employees in our company has increased dramatically, and along with that there has been increase in kind of equipments used by everyone. Our company has a policy of letting everyone use their own device, so that they are comfortable with it. But with increase in the number of devices which we have to support, with the IT team has to support all the bugs fixes and all the issues occurring on those devices, we have to repair them. So because of that, the complexity of our job has been increasing a lot. Along with it, because everyone is using a separate device, it is a bigger problem to repair those equipments. We need to keep more and more inventory. We need to have some special we need to order special equipments, like special accessories for each devices, and this is getting way out of line for us, and it is becoming a security issue, like having so many different kind of like laptops and different kinds of operating system running on the server. We really don't have control over kind of fake security threats which come with those kind of softwares. So we are trying to find out a way, how to reduce this security risk, trying to streamline the entire process of IT, and also trying to reduce the amount of cost the company has to bear just because it has to support so many devices. Okay, so the question would be, why are we doing this? So as I already told you, like, it is really a big security risk. As you know, Windows recently had a bug, a huge security threat, where people were able to hack into the Outlook emails, and they were able to see and alter the emails. These kind of vulnerabilities, each and every operating system has some kind of vulnerabilities with it. And with so many people using all different kinds of operating system, all different versions of operating system, every device having a different hardware, it is becoming more and more difficult for us to be able to effectively manage those security risks. We are facing a lot of challenges, trying to patch those security issues and trying to provide a more secure environment to our employees. Second reason would be, obviously there is increase in cost, because we allow each employee to buy their own like device of their own choice. So we have to buy them, just as per demand, and buying a single equipment, is much costlier, so we're trying to find a way to reduce that cost. Second, thirdly, we want to simplify this infrastructure, having a very simple, standardized, like standardized stack of equipments and softwares. It becomes very easy to support them. It becomes easy to even learn them. It's very, very consistent in manner. People will be having those user experiences. You need not learn every time you get a new device on board. With every new operating system, our team doesn't have to have a learning curve of running through the security patches and learning their reader menu and everything, so there is less of learning curve over there, and it helps us serve you better, you know also there would be increased productivity. Well, this is really true, because as you know, right now it takes sometimes week or 2 week to get a laptop repaired. We have to send it to individual customer care center, and they would take their own time to complete the process. And during that time, there is a lot of waste of time for the employees, because they are still waiting for the equipment. They would be working with some temporary equipment over there. By standardizing the entire process, the time taken by uh, our team, it will be much lesser. We could have a very standardized process, where we could swap the equipments easily, because each of the equipments and each of the laptops are very similar. We would be able to support and fix those issues very easily, and it would improve the productivity for the employees. And most obvious is, like, it's easy to onboard the new employees, when you have a system which everyone is using, and there is already a well documented process for each step of it. It becomes easy for a new employee. They could just refer some uh, manual, or they can ask any employee. They need not worry about, like, if it is a Mac, whom should I contact, and if it's a Windows, whom should I contact it. Because the experience is like consistent across, they would be able to get feedback very easily. So now, these are the problems. So, but what are we going to do about it? What do we propose, and why are we proposing it? So let's go through that. So just trying to figure out, like, what would we gain from this project. How is this project viable? So, as you know, I already told you that maintaining this different equipment is very costly, because we have to buy single uh, accessory or single hardware as per needed. And just by ordering in bulk, by having a standardized uh, like equipments for everyone, we can buy it in bulk, and we can reduce the cost for maintenance, effectively. Along with it, we can also manage and reduce the licensing cost, and also increase the productivity, for which again would help us focus on our core business of selling the uh, airline tickets at the hotels to the customer. So that would be more easy. Also, there would be less learning curve to it, because everyone would be familiar with the experience, so it would be easy to to get everyone on board. So what are the steps which we suggest would be involved in this? So one of the step, so let's go one by one. So we would require to get requirements for what each team require. What kind of hardware they require, what is their configuration, what kind of software they require, what is their minimum expectation from the software. So if it is a sales team, it would require more of internet and presentation tools, and if it's a developer, it would require more of a software intensive and configuration which could support those large bulky IDEs and development tools. So just get those uh, requirements. Then we have to adopt the standard policy. We would probably be having similar configuration for all the sales employees, and similar configuration for developers. That would help us make it easy, and be able to nail every every requirement. Okay. Then would next step would be assigning equipment to the employees. What kind of equipment would go to which employee, and then we have to provide training to them, because it's a new equipment. They would require some sessions for it. And the next step would be getting their old laptops and trying to take backup of their existing data because they don't want to lose it. We will get some of uh, their hard disk and take backup of it on the cloud, and then we will also provide a backup or physical backup on a hard disk which they can use later to retrieve their work. Okay. The last process would be recovering their old equipment and safely discarding them, because there could be many uh, there could be many sensitive information on those on the hard drives, so we want to make sure they don't fall into wrong hands. The projected timeline for this project would be, we expect to start from in September, try to get requirements, try to procure all the equipments at a cheaper rate, trying to get a good deal out of it. Then we would try to get standardization policy for our equipment, getting the access control and the configurations managed. Those are big jargons, but just make sure, like, what kind of software, who can use it. So that's basically what needs to be done. And then we would be configuring those devices, adding our own software and making them ready to use, and then we would be distributing to the employees. And the last thing would be, when people get used to using the new equipments, get their old equipments and safely discard them. The stakeholders would be actually every team, every person uh, in the company, because since everyone's equipment would be changed, but the person who is steering this project would be, Raj Shekhar, who is the actual sponsor, the VP of engineering, IT support. Sundar Mehta, our CTO, would also be, an guiding force for us. He especially putting giving his own time to this project because he knows how important it is. IT would be headed by Ashley. Procurement would be done by Lily Thomas, and services would be provided by Justin and Mark Pender and their team. You know, Apart from it, so what's next? Well, now we have, since we know what is to be done, we would be scheduling a new next meeting, within a week, and we plan to give up a proposal for this project to the higher management, and try to get funding for this project. As soon as that happens, uh, you would be told about what happens further. You would be given notice about what would happen further. Okay. If anyone has any questions, you can just mail me, Slack me, anytime. And thank you for coming to this meeting. Okay, thank you, bye.